I feel really good. This has been the strangest year to run for office. Not being able to talk to people the way I like to. I like to go door to door and talk to people, or be at events and talk to people. But I've been talking to people on the phone. I'm a union leader, so the unions have been making phone calls on my behalf, and I've made some too. So I'm feeling pretty good. It's hard to tell, but I feel real optimistic about the race. And well, this has been a Republican seat for a long time. I can't remember the last time it was a Democratic seat. We've really changed Amherst so that Amherst is very Democratic, but there's also a lot of unaffiliated voters throughout the district. So I'm making sure I'm working hard to get. Well, one of the things that I can draw on is I was union president for Empire State College as part of UUP. And Empire State College is a SUNY school that has locations throughout all of New York State. So I made sure I took time to talk to people, because there were different issues and concerns, and I would do the same thing. I'm someone who likes to talk to people, so I would be spending time with different groups of people to find out what their needs and concerns are and make sure I represent them. And I always make myself accessible to everyone. I believe that that's really important, that I need to be available, not just staffers or people that are working with me. I need to talk to people directly as well. And I will spend the time and take the time to come out and spend time in the rural communities in Genesee County. One of the things that I think is really important, and that's a little tricky about this district, is that it's urban, suburban, and rural with different needs. So you got to make sure you meet all those needs and you spend time with the people. Yes, I have. To some of the things that I know about the farms are, I've actually been working, we have an ag protection district in North Amherst. People don't even realize we have farms up there, but we do. So I've been working on some programs with the farmers in Erie County, and we've been talking about making sure needs are met. And when I've talked to farmers in Genesee County, I've heard the same concerns and issues, that they need support so they can do smart farming. They need technology. They need better access to broadband. They need opportunities, especially the family farms. They're lost in all of this. It's the big farms that are part of conglomerates that seem to get the resources, and the resources need to go to the smaller community and family farms, and we need to provide them with the support, I'm saying it again, the supports they need to be able. I have not met with them out here. I've been involved in a lot of economic development in the town of Amherst, and I'll take what I've learned there we really believe in smart development. I'm the liaison to the Amherst IDA. I'm liaison to the Chamber of Commerce. I'm liaison to the Planning Board and the Zoning Board and the Planning Department. So, as an educator, I needed to do a lot of self-education and talk to people to learn how a lot of this worked. And I feel comfortable. I've taken on big projects in the town of Amherst. We took a mall out of receivership, and we're putting in multi-use development and different projects. And I'm working on a deal where I've been working with the supervisor on buying an old closed golf course to turn into a park, and working with them to give the owners and developers some opportunities to do things on town land. And I've learned a lot about smart development, what development should look like, and how we can do development differently in different communities. We've done a major change in our comprehensive plan, and different parts of the community have different changes. I'm not a one-size-fits-all, and I work with the community on what makes sense. One of the things about me that people are often surprised about, I roll up my sleeves and I get to work. I get the details of what people need, what people are looking for. How do we keep a project moving? I mean, lots of things sort of have taken pauses during COVID, and I've worked hard to help small business. No, I'm an independent thinker. There are some viewpoints that I agree with. There are others that I don't. I think it's really important to think about the constituents I'm representing and listening to their viewpoints, so that when I'm working on things, that I make sure their voices are heard. I also think that the rural parts of the state have not always gotten the attention that they need and deserve. It's really important that we do things to build the economy here, and that we make sure the needs of the residents are met, and that we're not just doing what other parts of the state need.
Two hot button issues here. I mean, who knows if we're going to get a chance to vote on any like-minded sort of things, but the SAFE Act and the Farm Labor Bill, would you represent rural interests on those issues?
That's a tricky question. I would certainly spend time listening. As a labor leader, I feel all people need to get paid what should get paid appropriately for the work that they're doing. But at the same time, I know that some of the changes in the Farm Bill, in those bills, have hurt smaller farmers. So I need to spend time in seeing what kinds of compromises can be made so that everybody is helped. One of the things I truly believe in is fighting for win-win solutions to challenges. In terms of the SAFE Act, I probably have some very different viewpoints I do believe people have a right to have their personal guns. I have questions and concerns about trying to think how to word it. I want to see safe communities. And we have some differences in what community needs are. We have more gun violence in urban and even suburban areas around the country. So we need to put protections in place for that. You know, I want people to be able to go out and hunt, but at the same time, I don't want people to go into schools and murder. I just want to tell people a little bit more about me, if that's okay. I'm an educator. I currently teach college. I've worked in the classroom. I've worked in early childhood. I'm a single parent of 3 adult children. I've been an advocate for education. I believe the schools need to be fully funded. We need to make sure public education is able to provide quality education. An advocate for people with disabilities. I've been doing that my whole life. I work hard, I roll up my sleeves, I listen, I communicate, and I'll share my views, and I'll talk to anybody.